对对。
$1,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farracon is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings. $1,000. Cash payment.
25. And when Elijah saw that the people were naked, for Farracon had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. 25. And when Elijah saw that the people were naked, for Farracon had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. 25. And when 25. And when Elijah saw that the people were naked, for Farracon had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. 26. Then Elijah stood in the gate of the camp, and said, Who is on the messenger of the covenant side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi, true followers of Elijah, gathered themselves together unto him. 27. And he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor, demon Farracon and all his followers. 28. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Elijah, and there fell of the people, demons, skin folk, that day about 3,000 men.
Up now.
The sprouts? Oh, I'll let you finish, I'll tell you later.
Did you receive?
Well, yesterday,
Did you get a receipt or not?
I still have it. It was a long wait when I went to Fowler. I just went to one off Bruce B. Downs. And I said, you gotta take it to UPS, so we pack it, you know.
They said they're supposed to turn into DT store.
So it's still
Well,
7. And the Lord said to Moses, Go, get down. For your people whom you brought out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. 8. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made themselves a molded calf, and worshipped it and sacrificed to it, and said, This is your God, O Israel, that brought you out of the land of Egypt.
Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Samar Rahim here, Master of the Covenant. Break our 7 seals. It was a rough day, brother and sister. I had it. Just finally got my sound working. So we took one of my microphones out. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on, but time's running out. Your time is running out. Hopefully yours is not. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. I got a few concepts I want to explain to you. Take note, brothers and sisters, because you're going to, everything that I'm talking to you about, you will have to use for tribulation. It's not a joke. It's the last, it's like the, what they call it, the finishing, well, I would say product, right? It's like the final test. But it's like finish, when you finish, do everything, they find you. Finish it up, right? You do everything else now, finally complete. It's going to complete the process of your transformation. I mean, you forced that situation. Could have been a more easier transition if it had stuck with Master Muhammad, stuck with Elijah, and not been tricked by Farracon. So instead of it being a slow, steady process that was extended over 35 years, it's all compressed in like 5 or 6 months. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's look at this. You see, it's Farracon. Now, what I want to point out about this, brothers and sisters, is this. The main weapon used against those folks, questions will destroy them. That's why I do that Q&A. Questions will destroy them. You see them out there on their pages, and they're saying this, that, and they're trying to square the circle. Oh, God's a man, no, he's not a man. He's spirit, no, he's not a spirit. He's flesh, no, he's not a spirit. You can't worship flesh, but God is not a spirit, right? If you can't worship flesh, so you can't worship Master Muhammad because he's his flesh, right? That's what they say, right? I got him on tape saying it, right? But Master Muhammad prays for something that's not flesh. So if it's not flesh, then what is it? Well, he won't say it's spirit, so he said it's memory. So how in the hell can those people keep eating that shit and keep thinking it's honey? I mean, you gotta be a total idiot. He's telling you, you gotta pray to a memory. Master Muhammad prayed, he's a God, but he prays to a memory. What the hell is a memory gonna do for you? Some originator that's 73 years dead, but you ain't even praying to that. I mean, at least, right? It was something, but that can't be flesh, right? Can't be flesh. So that'd be some other than flesh. But the way to get around to being a spirit thing, he said, no, you don't want to say spirit, so he said a memory. I mean, I'd rather pray to a spirit than a memory. A memory definitely, well, a memory just exists in your mind. So I'm going to pray to my mind, right? But then put it another way, memory only exists, I'm about to get myself in trouble. And I jumped on, I spoke on something and said, you got to keep that right. So it exists in your brain. The difference between mind and brain. Memory is just in your brain, not your mind. So I'm going to blow back on that one. Right? See, so, I mean, that's what he said. I got what tape saying it clearly. He's not saying it in Spanish or Arabic. He's saying it in English. You can't worship Master Muhammad because he's flesh, but he prays. Who does he pray to? The remembrance of the originator. And was he on crack? Or I mean, that has to be cleared after that. If you're still sitting there, then that says everything you need to know about you. Because you want 3 categories. Well, actually, 1 or 2 categories, basically, right? Fundamentally, he's a demon, has no choice, or you're a total idiot. Because the third church said we use agent, but agent means that you one of those two categories, you idiot or a demon. So there's only two fundamental categories, either a demon or a total idiot. To be with that clown. And how are you going to ignore all the scriptures that speak against him? He says, Aaron, well, look what Aaron disagreed with Aaron. If he tells you, he says, I'm Aaron. Then look what Aaron said. Tell you Aaron was no goddamn good. He's the one that deceived you for 40-some years. What the hell is going on over there? So the point I'm trying to say here is, all you got questions are one of the main weapons against them. That's why I do Q&A. I'm going to show you an example. Okay, now they're arguing. They got this Wesley. That boy, he's totally stupid. He got a PhD. I don't know what he got a PhD on, but he was from the devil. So, you know, they probably one of those affirmative action programs or something. But the boy is dumb. Let's give him a PhD. You know, he don't know what it is. Probably can't spell it. The boy's still an idiot. I wish he would come out to me and want to debate with me. That boy beating shit so fast. He's in shit now, so he's used to it. That boy's a total idiot. Come on. Our problem is we don't get enough sun. He's been a whole 2 hours on. But then that kills Farracon's idea. Because he says we're going to stay here with. If that's the problem, then we should be getting our ass back to Africa, right? But then what's wrong with Africa? They can plenty of sun, so what's their problem? So we got to ask some arguing. They got some out there arguing about Adam. As a quick, they said, well, Adam, they got a Sunni idea what Adam is. What was, it's a mixture. Because the Sunnis are saying Adam's all humanity. They said Adam is us. And then he gonna prove it. He likes to talk about, but he looks very confused. You wonder why he's so confused? I want to wonder why he looks so confused all the time. I mean, it's because he keeps thinking, man, damn, this shit tastes, it don't taste like honey, but Farracon's honey, so I keep eating it. So that's why he's so confused, because he's eating shit and he told his honey. That boy look confused all the damn time. He is confused, that's for sure. But I guess that's a reflection of his mind, because he is a confused person. So they're going to argue about that. He is, okay, he's going to tell you that we're righteous people. I'm going to say that. But then we're supposed to be Adam. Well, Adam was making men shed blood. How in hell was that righteous? The way they see righteousness, they don't understand season and all that kind of stuff. So he said, yeah, and we can prove it. We can prove it because it says, I made Adam out of black mud fashioned in shape. See that? That's God tell you. That's Adam is us. Forget about the part that we're wicked, making men shed blood. We'll be ruling the earth. Now we just put new rule in the earth. So who's ruling the earth right now? Are we? We're in one nation ruling the earth right now. Because I put a rule. Think about it. Just ask a question. Okay, if that Adam, it says, he's going to put a rule on the earth, that means it must be people on earth already. He's got the rule. If anybody on earth, what's the point of putting him as a ruler? You ask that question. Oh, how do you answer that one? Because Adam's the first man, like he's saying. See, he's trying to say, Adam's the first man was black. That's what he's trying to say, right? I'm going to place a ruler in your earth, right? Okay. Then there got to be somebody on earth to rule. So if he's the first one, then how you going to put him? I'm going to put Adam in the earth to rule himself. How does that make any goddamn sense? So there got to be people already. So he can't be the first one. That kills that right there. Full stop right there. He couldn't be the first one because I'm going to put a ruler in the earth. That means there got to be something there to rule. So who's there to rule? He's at the earth. Right? Well, but they tell the angels are not on the earth. So he can't be ruling the angels. He got to rule some people that's on the earth already. So he can be the first one according to their idea. Right? I put a ruler on the earth. That means you got to be the ruler already. And that means they're going to be ruling. Are we ruling? Who's ruling the earth? Europeans are. Only nation. Chinese ain't ruling it. Japanese ain't ruling it. Asians ain't ruling it. Africans ain't ruling it. Europeans ruling it. So when is it? That ain't happening. Okay. So right there, bomb. Right? Okay. Let's move on. Okay, I mean, you know, I'm sitting there ask questions. See, it's strong. How you gonna answer that question? Then let's move on a little further. Okay, and then it says, told the angels to submit to Adam. Yeah, but Adam's, according to you, angels on earth. But the are angels real people? Are the angels real people? And then the angels got real people for him to rule them because they got to be on earth, right? But they got to be visible things that you can see and touch. Because how can you rule something you can't see, you can't touch? You don't even know you can't see it exists. So they got to be people. Answer that question, Wesley. Okay, so the angels are people. Say he agreed. Angels are people, right? Okay, so the angels submit. Now, all the angels say, man, we love you. We like the way you do things. Remember, that's basically what we're saying, right? We love the way you do things and all that kind of stuff, right? Hold on, bro, just for a minute. A second here. Check this. I'm not getting any sound again. Hold on, bro. I'm getting sound. I don't know. At any rate, what I was saying is, let me get back to what I was saying. I got a distraction there. So if the angels are people, right? Then he says, okay, so angels submit. Now, the angels said, all of a sudden, all of the angels, right? They said, we believe you, we like the way you do things, we love your holiness and everything else, right? And the angels knew that Adam was wicked. Because he said, you're going to make something make Bishop shed blood? But I want to submit to him. So they said, okay. But then, and Jinn said, no, but hold it. But see, as soon as they say, the jinn and angels, well, hold it. Why are you going to, you got a group of, you got an auditorium of males and females. Tell the female, okay, I want y'all to go down, the females go to the female gym. So they leave. Then you tell the males, I'll put you in detention. Why? You didn't go to the gym. Well, you didn't tell us to go to the gym. What y'all get me out? You told the way females to go. That's the same thing. So the point, how you going to get mad at the jinn for not obeying something he told angels to do? Unless they were angels too. See, right there, as soon as, see, they can't call it like I'm going to explain to you because they're supposed they are. They said, no, we're going to continue doing things like we used to do. That's what they're saying. We ain't going to submit to Adam. We're not going to go there path. So you put it in the right perspective, everything makes sense. But it calls everybody else out. See? So the jinn had to be angels too. Just ask questions. They can answer these questions. These are like atomic bombs in these clowns. Just ask some questions. Well, who are the jinn? He couldn't tell you. They had to be angels. It had to be some people living on the earth. And they had to be, right? They had to be humans. Right? And Adam is ruling earth right now, so he could see the angels and they're in submission to him. But who's ruling earth right now? The Europeans are ruling earth. They're ruling it for about 500 years. Since we've been in bondage. You see? And who's in submission to them? We are. We're in total submission to them. Who's and us? Who rejects it? They said we're going to keep doing things our way. So who's doing the old thing our way? The old way is what? Islam, at the time Adam was born into existence. The Sunnis, we're going to continue doing it our way. We ain't going to do it. We ain't going to sit down. We're going to continue our way, the way things were. See, we got the Quran, we got Mecca, we got all that. And we love you. We obey you. No, you're not obeying me because y'all told you, you said, no, we're going to keep doing the way we was doing before. Yes, sir, it's clear. Then again, the only nation on earth to refuse to accept anything that these Europeans, they don't want their democracy, they don't want their capitalism, right? They don't want their banking, they don't want any of that stuff. You see, they reject it all. Only nation on the planet. They've been constantly in conflict with Europeans for the whole 500 years. They haven't won a battle. That's why they call them terrorists and everything else. See? They're the jinn. But they can't call it that way because they say all humanity, because they call that Adam is really the Europeans. and we're in submission to them, then that means they're the jinn, and they're the ones that Prophet Muhammad says is hell bound. He said most of his followers would be hell bound. They claim to be his followers. If you put it that perspective, everything makes sense. We told submission. Right? That means the people that submit to Adam would be under Adam's color. If you submit to somebody, it means you do what they tell you to do. You act like they want you to act. So that's us. So we acting like Adam wants us to act, but that makes us in submission to Allah. See, that blows your weight on it. That means we the real Muslims, aren't we? Because we're told submission to the will of Allah. He says, I want you to submit to Adam. Whoa, man. And the jinn who says, no, we're going to keep on, man, we got the Mecca, we got the Quran, we got Ramadan, we got all that. See? No, you ain't shit. You're not in submission to me, because Muslim means, if it means what they say it means, who is submission entirely to the will of Allah, then you against the will of Allah, so you're not Muslim. And those people over there that you call shirk, stupid, niggas, they're my Muslims. They're my people. They're in submission to me. And I'm going to give them a great reward. I'm going to tear your ass up and give them that your land that you took from them. I'm going to give them everything. They submitted. Same story about with Isaac. Abraham took him up a mountain and was sacrificed and put him to death. Said, man, why would you do that, something terrible like that? And he was going to do it. He was told to submit to Allah, going to kill his only son he loved. Because Allah said so. And he was going to do it. And he was the knife was about to pierce the boy's heart. And the angel caught him just like that. I says, okay, how you ain't got to do it. See? That story also talk about us too. Because we're the ones that sacrifice. See, when that story, it's a story about us. We're the ones that Abraham sacrificed. And just we're about to die. Because if you read it, it says, you got to understand this one, bro. It says, maybe. It says, there was a ram with two horns caught in the bush. And so they sacrificed that instead. You need to understand Angel Key for this. See, I still all these things, but I said most people they understand, and I don't know. You know, they say the ram with two horns, but you understand the ram represents the Europeans, particularly America and Britain. But anyway, they said two horns of the ram was stuck in the bush, right? It says they ended up being sacrificed. But this war that started in the Middle East, who did it start with? Who did the war? This war that started up in the Middle East now started back in the 90s, right? Because this is a continuation. What's going on is a continuation of that, right? Started by who? Papa Bush and Daddy Bush. I mean, Papa Bush and Baby Bush. That's a little big hint right there, but I'll move on. It's like to talk about Trump. It says, at the last Trump, the trumpet, wait a minute, I would say at the last Trump, the trumpets, do you know anybody calls trumpets Trump? No. It's right in there. Nobody calls trumpets Trump. At the last Trump. Why last? That means it must be a first. And that's whenever they destroy at the last Trump. See if you can eat up on that one. So here it is. All you got to do is ask questions, and they destroy it. If Adam is that, then who is it? And stuff falls apart. Like, oh, God's a man. That's what Elijah Muhammad said. Well, then, how could the master prophet praise to if he plans something that's not flesh? Not people who just ask questions. And that's why I don't do Q&A. Whole thing falls apart. Ask a question about Aaron. Okay, he's there. Okay, let's look at Aaron. Just read it. Read Exodus. They agree. The Quran said those who believe in part of the book and discipline the other, agree most, not just grievous chastisement, the most grievous chastisement. Because they say, well, just read the story Aaron. Read Exodus. What does it say? Does this story, how does this story conform to Exodus? You say, okay, let's read Exodus. Chapter 1, the God comes. Boom. Home run. Chapter 2, he reaches Elijah. Boom. Home run, knocked out the park. It goes on with that 100%, right? Then Elijah says, I don't speak too well. I need a spokesman. Bam. It happened, but they changed the story at that point. They pivot. See, they get a counterfeit because it says right there that God was against Aaron. But Elijah insisted they're going to tell you he anointed. That lie last Sunday about that time, basically what happened to him. He ain't showed up in a while, right? Oh, the God, he the one, he suggested Aaron. That's a goddamn lie. Read it. He said he got angry at Elijah's right there. So what about that part? He got angry enough to even ask about it. So you don't need him. I got you. Right? So that's a damn lie. This lie they asked for. They have to. Okay. So anyway, Aaron comes along home. Right? That's a base hit. You got on base on that one because they start distorting, right? So it's not a home run on that one because at that point they say, oh, they punt or something, right? Okay. Then next thing, Aaron, he's with Elijah. While Elijah's around, he's doing what he's Elijah's top. Okay. Hit on that one too, right? He just strike out, hit that one, hit that one. He ain't more home runs after this one, after that last home run, right? Okay. And then Elijah leaves. And here you get struck out. Totally struck out. You can't get to bat. Because at that point, Aaron is nothing but an F. Total asshole. Evil, wicked. He turned against the messenger and the God. The God even said so. He turned against the teachers. He said Elijah, because the man turned against the teacher. He made a laughing stock. It's right there. They struck out on that one. What about that one? What about that one? And it says, Aaron would mislead people for 40-some years, walking around in the wilderness, round circles. What about that part? He was hitting home runs. I was like, bam. You start punting, hitting base hits, and then now you're striking out. What about that one? And then when Moses returned, they separate. There's two groups. There's those with Farracon and those that's sitting there, but they wouldn't Farracon. It was against Farracon. They were sitting there waiting for the message of the covenant. Like it says, seeking the message of the covenant. So they're separated. And then they put all of Aaron and his followers to death. What about that one? What about that one? It's right there. You read the other first part. You've been part of the book and this been the other. What about that part? And then it went to who? The message of the covenant, Joshua. And he the one took us home where Farracon said, we ain't going nowhere. What about that part? See what I'm saying? Just ask questions, brothers and sisters. You can questions. They're powerful weapons against these clowns, but they won't let you ask questions. They won't do no Q&A. You know. Okay? So he's turning N.O.I. to a mountain of shit. He's king. He's the man. Stand on a mountain of shit. That's what he turned N.O.I. into. It's a laughing stock before his enemies. Ain't nobody fear them. They're full of shit over there. It's a big clown show. I gotta watch that shit every Sunday. That's the worst part of my week. I gotta deal with that. That's part of my job, getting rid of these damn demons. See? He's up there ruling on a pile of shit. He turned to a pile of shit. And Suleiman shows up. See? Then what happens? See, they was getting away with that shit. They was talking on the same wavelength, same frequency, and they was getting with that because everybody was on the same. It's like, music. You like this music, right? Maybe some they devils and got put holes in pants, all that kind of lyrics in there. But hey, you moved because you like that man. So he's playing a beat that they lack because they're on the same wavelength frequency he's on. See? They're on the same wavelength frequency he's on, and so what he's saying that moves them because they're on the same wave frequency he's on. The demons are. And then he's pulling along some others. Anyway, that's the bottom line. So therefore, what? And you can't see it's too small here, but each missile is labeled with questions. That's questions, right? So here come Mr. Coming come to start, right? Questions about that shit y'all talking about. Go a little slower than I had expected. I'm gonna let it go. Boom. We got to see questions, brothers and sisters. And that shit just comes tumbling down. Okay. Now he's sitting in this shit, confused. The clown he is. It's about to happen, brothers and sisters. Just questions. Just questions. Okay? Because they number darkness over there. Questions, right? Sounds in darkness. And darkness has no power over the light. No power over the light at all. Unless it turns out the light, the other light. Get you to turn out the light. Turn out the light, then it has power. Once that light's turned, and we turn out our own light. It ain't turn out, we turn it out. Now, submission to them. We're still in control. We are Allah. We always have control. It's a process, a creation process of transforming coal into diamonds and taking intense pressure. How do you get intense pressure amongst so-called humans? Because they're not human. Their nature is totally opposite of ours. That means they put intense pressure on us to live with them. Maybe exist with them, I wouldn't say he live. You put cats and dogs together. If you got dog out, the cats can be under intense pressure because you have to obey the dog laws and everything else. You know, we have to obey their laws. You know what I'm saying? Do cats have laws? Do birds have laws? Do lions have laws? No. So how come the animals, they don't deal with laws and they get along fine? We don't have no laws either. They're the ones come these laws. We got the law of Moses, but that was, right? Because that's just our nature. It's just idea to bring us back to our nature. That's the reason I was put there. But when you're home, there's no laws. There will be no laws. It says right there, it says, I put my law in your heart. That means your nature, you don't need it. He said, my law will be in your heart. Because that's our nature. We don't need a law. The only law, there would be one law. There's only one law we ever had. I told you about that before. It's law about reproduction. Make sure you don't have any reproductive activities with close relatives, because that distorts the creation process. Other than that, there's no law. There's no law. We don't need it. Because we're part of the same body. I got to make a law of what the arm do and my legs do. No, everything's natural. There'll be no laws. Come on, brothers and sisters. Right now, we're in this war. Chapter 12. You understand what's going on? Chapter 12. God can make against American Britain. Devil, the dragon's in. I told you, the dragon represents House of Thought. It'll be against it. They're leading up to this second phase here. Oh, man. They're going to align with America. I told you no. I said no. I said they're going to align with Iran. No, I said they're going to go against Iran. Now you got Sunnis going against Iran now. I told you that's what happened. And it's going to be a Sunni Shia war. And that's about to happen too, because now they declaring war against Iran. And against American Britain. I told them to be players, the so-called players. American Britain and false Israel. And also the Sunnis are going to be against Iran, the Shia. And Master Muhammad's backing him. He's going to make it manifest in a few more days. Same time, that's when he's make manifest. Same time when the Son of Man is lifted up. So if I lift you up, I lift up with you. Same time, the message coming going to be lifted up. Same time, Master Muhammad going to make his debut. Come on, brother and sister. Told you. Well, I said it'd be about half an hour, then the war will resume. Explain all that, brothers and sisters, not watch the weather until you after everything has happened. Okay, let's look at this. See right here. A couple of concepts I'm going to point out to you. See, this situation right here, that's the foundation, that white, right? Now, it's almost just a little off. Okay? But you don't maybe not notice it. It's exaggerated because, you know, this platform here isn't that good. But if you keep building on that, you see at the end of it, the whole thing is distorted. So that's why it's got to be perfect here. The foundation has to be perfect here. It said ancient days will lay a perfect foundation. But if you got people out here that are going to distort stuff and twist stuff around everything else, the foundation be a little off here, and then it just be off all the way, worse and worse as you get further and further away. There's a better way to show this, like, you know, angles, right? You have a slight angle at the beginning, but as you get further and further, the angles get further and further and further apart. You start right here, how they look like together, but just off a little bit. When you move on, you see a little bit gets bigger and bigger and wider and wider and wider, further you have to go. No, I'm not gonna lie, the clown shows come here. You get it right or you get it out. You can't get half right, 99% right, no. 100% right. I'm going to accept anything less than that. 100%. Look at this. The way they train dogs, like I have a dog, right? But one of the ways to train dogs, right, I've been told, is they train dogs, right? The dog shit in the house, they rub the dog's nose in the shit. The dogs don't like that. Well, they stopped doing it else. Okay. Right now, see, Farracon, I got Farracon, because they're going to be eating their own shit in a minute. Oh, they're going to be eating their own shit in a minute. Literally. They've been selling shit for 40-some years. They made eat their own shit. Literally. You'll see. Nowadays. You're going to come and get me if you think you're not going to stop it. You, first of all, you can't touch me. But come on. Bring it. I got something for you. But that's not going to stop the inevitable. You're going to eat your own shit. Flake of shit that you've been eating. You eat his shit. Well, literally, since you love him so much. But see, America, see, I pointed out yesterday, America is doing the same thing politicians are doing over there. They're doing a microcosm of what America did to get started. Doing the same damn thing. Takes about his land, killing people, genocide, rape, everything. They're doing rape, everything they're doing over there. But that's what America did. So they get married. They say, hey, Dad, what you get mad at me for? I'm like father, like son. See? And so when you was talking about what America did, you rubbing America's nose on shit. They try to be like, hey, man, no, we holy, we're pure. So they don't want to be nose rubbed in shit. Because their history is shit. Rape, murder, genocide, biological warfare, you name it. They've committed every bit of it. Gog and Magog, especially against us. Raped us and everything else. They produced a whole nation, right, of demons. Hybrid. Half black, half white. Right? Bad half. Nature's devil, this black skin folk. That's the proof is right there. But they don't want. Now Trump say, oh, we don't want to talk about major history. We want to get rid of all stuff like slavery. And you got the caucus down in Florida. My granddaughter told me that she lived down here, and she says, she goes to school in Florida. Said they don't want to teach black history in school anymore. Black history they were teaching wasn't even 100% anyway, because they don't want to smell on shit. But see, you got to think about this from another perspective. If you talk about your history, that means you make them smell their shit. So they got to get rid of you. Because you're the one that smell shit coming from. Because every time I look at you, you're the evidence of how evil and wicked these folks are. Because they want to make it like America was so great, so beautiful. Jesus, that Jesus came down, right? And he just came and went to and say, look, and they say, yeah, we love you, Jesus. Oh yeah, get in the land. Get in the land, you know, we love it. And we help, can we help you all out, you know? And I said, we're moving reservation, right? And oh, you bring some people in Africa, you're so nice, man. You bring them over here, help you out, right? Yeah, man. And you straighten them out, right? You civilize them. They're so bad, you helping them out. So you're gonna whoop their ass for their business fit. It's like chastising a child. Whoop their ass. So now see, look at it. See, now they acting like they got your names and they walk around like you, talk like you. Like, see, well, look what you done for them, man. Y'all are such good people. You know? And plus, you went out there and you helped, you fixed their nature. You wouldn't rape the whole, you didn't rape it. You took it and put your seat in a lot of their women. So now you got a lot of black folks now, they don't have to act like you. They don't have to act anymore, have to, you know, they're naturally conform to your way, because they're like you. They're your sons and daughters. Man, y'all said that's the story they want to tell. And you got but you got Negro butts. They're demons. They write that kind of shit. History, yeah. So-called black historians. You know, and had that Governor Descartes say, oh, slavery was good. It taught black folks all these how to be carpenters and all these techniques and whatever. That's another reason why you gotta get rid of us. Because we make them smell their own shit. No dog wants to smell his own shit. See? Farracon is right on it because he's a shit salesman. He was selling shit for 40 some years. Now he's talking, we got to do for self. Well, the hell, you for 40 years and you've been, I mean, what happened to your economic program? You putting the money in your bank, he's a multimillionaire, putting the money in his pocket. See? So the point is, the truth is a shit that they don't want to smell. Remember, he's one of them too. His father's the devil. We got proof of that. So he's one of them too. And so our history here is a shit. And every bring it, and we just out being here. Right? That's the stink of the shit. But talking about it and everything else, that's the shit itself. Because that's what it is. This whole place is shit. They don't want it to, they don't want to smell the shit. And one place just get you out of the damn house. But they don't want to let you go. They want to just eradicate you. Brothers and sisters. Okay, look at this situation here, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to give you some concepts. Now, the Quran says, well, difficulty is ease. Do you know what that means? Most people don't know what that means. Difficulty is ease. See, if you want to go to, what's easier? Going up the stairs, down the stairs? What's easier? Up the stairs, right? That's success, but it's effort. Going downstairs is easy, but you're going down to the basement. And now you're down in the basement, you don't like that what's down in the basement, but you down, and I got relatives like that, right? Because they're trying people, this American Junior thing is so easy. And so therefore we take the easy way. We go to school and learn to be a guitarist, or learn to be a fashion show, make shit that don't make any sense. What about physics? What about science? What about mathematics? What engineering? No, black folks ain't into that. They don't want anything difficult. They think easy. So they think, nah, and then they don't like, man, they don't like what's in the basement. Man, it ain't nice down here, man. It's funky down here, man. It's wet, stink. Yeah, that's where it is, because you took the easy route. I got children that can't get that concept, right? I said, no, with difficulty is ease. You take upstairs. That's the hard, but you upstairs. And when the flood comes, the flood takes out the basement, don't it? Remember that, brothers and sisters? You want You want to be the whole. You got to go to gym. Now you got the nice body and everything else. You didn't get it because you was praying to Jesus. No, because you got your ass into the gym. It worked out. With difficult disease. And that's why going to tribulation, you got to climb the stairs. Climb it. With demons, they're going to be going down the stairs. Try to make this happen. They're going to try to recover America. I'll be with him. He ain't going to die before it's over. After he be going by the time the war's over. Right? Well, not well. When he be down. When let me not leave it alone. I'm saying too much right now. You understand? Understand that concept? With difficult disease, you don't want to do it. You want to study. You want to learn. That's climb them stairs. I'm confused. Yeah. And when you go to the gym, you start to get sore. That means the muscles getting stronger. You say, "Oh, stop getting sore." Well, then you never get the benefit. After a while, you work through, the muscles not sore anymore. But now you lift 200 pounds. And the clown that he can't lift 100 pounds, he can't 50 pounds. Because I'm not sore. I mean, you sure looking good, yeah. And Jesus didn't do it for me. Just a few concepts, brothers and sisters. Mention the covenant. Okay, I'm gonna close out, brothers and sisters here, but I had a lot of issues and I had to switch microphones. So I guess it seems to be working now. See, you ask questions. It says, by your seed, all nations will be blessed. There's that question. Okay, by Abraham. Okay. Well, as far as Israel, how we been blessed by them? You know, any nation been blessed? They bless themselves. Tell me one nation been blessed by them. But if you look at all the nations are benefiting of us somehow. Every nation is benefiting off us somehow. You never even thought of it like that, did you? How America get rich off us, slave labor. Hell, if I can get a bunch of people, they can work all day for me, and I got to pay them anything, I'll be rich overnight. That's how America got rich off of slave labor, off our labor. So they got rich off of us. How does that false Israel become rich and powerful? Because they claim they're us. They're claiming they're us. So they say, oh, the Bible says, those who bless Israel will be blessed, those cursed will be blessed, be cursed. And so therefore we Israel, so you got blessed. So everybody's helping them and feel sorry for them and all this kind of stuff. Then look at Arabia. That's our land. It says right in the message of the covenant. After 40 years, you return to your land. That was our land. They kicked us off, or they stole it from us. They stole our lands. North, what you call North Africa, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia. Those are our lands. Remember, that's on the west coast of Africa. That's where we were. That's where took the original slaves from, like Elijah Muhammad said, were Muslims. Original slaves from West Africa. Oh, that's where we were living at. Remember, you heard the Moors? They were Muslim and black. Morocco. They took our lands. Palestine, all of it. See? So they got rich off ours. They getting off ours. That land, oil, and everything in there, that's ours. They got rich off ours. And plus, on top of that, right? They're not even Muslim. British put these people on the throne because they got them out of India to keep their oil flowing. Not even, if you understand Injil, they're not even they're Indian. They're going to run back to India in a minute. If they so such Muslims, then why are they fighting against other Muslims? Why are they friendly with the false Israel, Gog and Magog, and willingly attack another Muslim country, Iran? Why is that? Because they're not even Muslim. They're not even Sunni. The House of Saud. Look back 5 years ago, there was no House of Saud. There was no Saudi Arabia. They started calling Saudi Arabia not that long ago. Because the British put the Saudi, there was a tribe. And they put them in charge, helped them take charge of, because they was responsive to the British Empire. They put them on the throne. Don't take my word for it, check history. And then they changed to Saudi Arabia. And part of the reason they did that, because that was against us again. So you don't understand. Remember, Adam was taught all our names. They knew, said Adam was taught all the names of angels. They knew who we are. They knew all the time. They told him not to touch this tree. You had to know the tree is not touched. You don't touch something. You have to know what it is, not to touch it. You can't tell somebody, man, I want don't touch a car. They know what a car is. You have to know. He says, don't touch something. You have to know what the tree is. And they touched anyway. It tells you right in Genesis, they touched anyway. Because the serpent told Eve, he said, yeah, Eve represents a marriage. Yeah, go ahead. See? So they did anyway. So the point is they knew. So the British said, okay, that's what I call Saudi Arabia, to make sure that they understand it belongs to them, not us. Put lawsuits up there and say, see, they're the true seed of Abraham, not y'all. You get the point? They got Farracon said, y'all ain't going nowhere. He nullifies the Abrahamic covenant, nullifies everything Elijah Muhammad talking about. You ain't going nowhere. That means we ain't Abraham's seed, because that's the reward for our suffering. They say you ain't going. That means no, because you're wicked. No one gets rewarded, right, for being wicked. No, excuse me, let me put it another way. You don't get rewarded for being sinful. Let me put it another way, because they did, because we're doing the winter. So let me put it another way. God doesn't reward us with that if we were sinful in God's eyes. Put that away. Right? So therefore, he didn't say he's going to judge us, he's going to judge the nation that afflicted us. And Abraham saw a vision of horror. So that means Abraham knew we'd go through a horror situation, horrific. And then we reward it. But Pharaoh said, no, you ain't getting nothing because you're sinful and you're wicked. That's not what the angel says, and that's what Abraham said. That's not what Elijah Muhammad said, and that's not what Master Muhammad said either. He's saying that. That means we'll deserve reward. So, see how all that works together? Then finally, the final stage of it is that when they industrialize, in other words, they need industry. So, and blacks was the best at it, the best work and everything else. But that means they would lose control of you, because you still have control of your own energy. Because you have more control of it, and you have discipline by nature. So what they did, they said, all the industry, no country does that. All the industry to China. Because they want you to get it. They bankrupt Detroit. Detroit was a mecca for black industry, and they gutted it. They sent it to China. They didn't want you to hold to it. So they blessed because of the economics that we would have had. And then on top of that, when AI came in, and I went to the program to say nothing I made up. They did demographics, found that black folks are the best people to be programming, and they started a program to start educating black folks. This was Carter, when he was president. So educating black folks, because that was coming in, they need people to work it. I went to the program. The 3-month program, IBM gave instructions and also the equipment. Urban League did the administrative part and brought people in, and then they had a contract with the industry around saying that they would agree to hire the top 10% that came out of that class. That it would be black folks. And Reagan shut it down. We ain't gonna have them niggas get that because they'd be too powerful. Man, that's a great industry. I mean, that's a great technology. And he started bringing Indians in, gave it to them. So they get rich off of us again. All of them get rich. By your seed, all these be blessed. They're all getting off of us. Farracon, he got rich. You give him donation stuff. He got rich off of you. He ain't produced a goddamn thing in 40-some years, but he's a multimillionaire, so is his son. That's why he got his son, Supreme Captain, to make sure they keep on that money. He ain't produced a goddamn thing. That's what it is. And now it's time we rise. That's what he wants to rise. See, the dragon, he was the main one that says we destroy him. He took out the vow as soon as he was born. They're watching. They know it's time to rise. And that's what's going on right now. That's what's driving what's going on in the Middle East. spoke about that in more detail in another presentation. But now, so the first thing we're taking out America, right? And false Israel. And during this war, while this war is going on, false Israel's going out, and Farracon is going out. Farracon out for 2 more days. That's gone, right? Then we totally confrontation with America. They want to attack us. Because that false Israel going, and Farracon, the one that was probably monitoring us, keeping us on leash, he's gone, so now they attack us. Then they're gone. Then next thing we got, next stop is Arabia. We go home, we turn home. With Joshua leads us home. Taking our land back. It'll be a war. We'll kick ass. Take our land back. We will take our land back, then it tells you to be another war. The 10 horns. Who 10 horns? That's China and India. Because their whole reality is based on oil from the Middle East. And now we got control of it. And we ain't giving no favors because they know what's going on. They knew when they was getting America getting in the industry, they knew they was taking it from us to give it to them. So Indians do the same thing. Do the same thing. They say, hey, man, no, I ain't doing that, man. Y'all, you trying to rip your own people off, man? You trying to rip black folks off? No. And then they look at you like you shit. You go to China, I remember doing so, I don't know if doing just during COVID, but tell me during COVID, they had big signs on like McDonald's stuff, no, I don't think it said nigger, but no blacks allowed or something. I'm just saying what I was told. I don't know how to say it personally, but that's what they were saying. And the Indians come over, they look at you like you shit. They look at you like you shit, like you some kind of dumb idiots. And I had my own IT business. Right? I was doing do for self, like Elijah Muhammad said. I own IT business. After I got into it and learned how it worked. And then I'd be on a contract, and they bring they bring them in there. And then when at the end of the day, they come and ask me, can you show me how to do this? Because they didn't know how to do this stuff. I said, how the hell you get in here? I had to interview. I had to go through a lot of stuff to get this contract. How the hell you get up in here? I said, I ain't going to show you a goddamn thing, nothing. How the hell you get up in here? Because they're not that good at it. And that was even worse. Because when I'm my contract business, I made most of my money. I made a lot of money. I made tons of money. Because I was like, high gun will travel. You old folks know what that means. Because they would bring me in. Because I was constantly fixing shit these devils, because they can't program. If you look at stuff they program, it's all messed up. They bring me in to fix it. I get a call, hey man. During COVID, I could have made $1 million easy. Because when COVID came in, all these states had all these old systems that they don't use hardly anymore. I knew them. They used to say, hey, can you come out and help me set this up, because process to deal with the COVID thing. I said, no, I got this mission. This is my mission here. If I could just stop and did it, because they was on me, man, $80 an hour, $90 an hour, $100 an hour. Work remote. That means I could work 2 or 3 contracts at a time, put about $400 or $500 an hour. Right? No, that's winter stuff. That shit gonna melt. This is more important. Anyway, that's what's happening, bro. So I think I'm gonna close here. This is not something I made up. Something when Elijah Muhammad was around, this was on every NOI meeting. I don't know about the MGT. Right? But Farracon said, no, we ain't going nowhere.
So long till they don't know the birth record.
Okay, I'm gonna let Farracon speak for itself, okay?
So long till they don't know the birth record. Till they just say from remotest antiquity, this is the house that God used to manifest his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and power.
In and through. Where is he now? Wherever he want to be. I'm not going to say I know where he is, but I'm glad his power is everywhere. I think I know where he is. I don't want to say because I could be wrong, but he's wherever he wishes to be. Are we to pray and worship Master Farrad Muhammad? You don't worship the flesh of any man, because the flesh is going to die. But in that flesh is a wisdom and a power superior to any human being on the earth. So when we look to Allah in the person of Master Farrad Muhammad, we look to him. And when he ain't no longer here, the power is going to be here. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he would live a minimum of 400 years, but 400 years ain't no time. He'll be gone. But before he goes, the foundation of what he lays will never be erased from the planet. That's a God. He prays. He prays. He don't pray to himself. You don't say, surely I have turned myself to me. Who does he pray to? He prays in remembrance of him who originated that which he came in. He came in this body. You can't ignore him who originated this. Anyway, it's deep.
Beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest practices in all the religions is prayer. The form and style of prayer varies from faith to faith, but prayer is universal. There is no religious community that does not pray. No prophet of God that did not pray. Abraham prayed. Noah prayed. Moses prayed. David prayed. Joseph prayed. Jesus prayed. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, prayed. Master Farrad Muhammad prays.
When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, brother Minister. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, brother Minister.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right. That's right.
We owned buildings.
That's right.
We owned farmland.
That's right.
We were busy doing something, hiring our people. Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass. So long till they don't know the birth record, so they just say from remotest antiquity, this is the house that God used to manifest his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and power in and through. Where is he now? Wherever he want to be. I'm not going to say I know where he is, but I'm glad his power is everywhere. I think I know where he is. I don't want to say because I could be wrong, but he's wherever he wishes to be. Are we to pray and worship Master Farrad Muhammad? You don't worship the flesh of any man, because the flesh is going to die. But in that flesh is a wisdom and a power superior to any human being on the earth. So when we look to Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, we look to him. And when he ain't no longer here, the power is going to be here. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he would live a minimum of 400 years, but 400 years ain't no time. He'll be gone. But before he goes, the foundation of what he lays will never be erased from the planet. That's a God. He prays. He prays. He don't pray to himself. You don't say, surely I have turned myself to me. Who does he pray to? He prays in remembrance of him who originated that which he came in. He came in this body. You can't ignore him who originated this. Anyway, it's deep. The ruler. And whether you like it or not, the new ruler is black. He have hair like lamb's wool, and he has feet like burnished brass. And if y'all can't take a black leader, then you might as well get off the planet. ruler. And whether you like it or not, the new ruler is black. He have hair like lamb's wool, and he has feet like burnished brass. And if y'all can't take a black leader, then you might as well get off the planet.
Beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest practices in all the religions is prayer. The form and style of prayer varies from faith to faith, but prayer is universal. There is no religious community that does not pray. No prophet of God that did not pray. Abraham prayed, Noah prayed, Moses prayed, David prayed, Joseph prayed, Jesus prayed, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, prayed. Master Fard Muhammad prays.
The coming of God, the coming of our Savior. Go ahead, Apostle. He's not a spook, brother. I want you to know that we are trying our best since we have met face to face with God to try to remove from you that old idea that God is some spirit that is formless. We want you to get out of that old slavery idea.
Messenger confirmed this. Quote, "The creator of this heaven and earth in which we live, he died. We don't meet with him. We have not met him. I want to teach you these things that you have misunderstood. There is no such thing as a human or any flesh or life, whatever it may be, dies and comes back. It doesn't come back. The white man taught you this, but you never did know what he meant by this." End quote.
I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadatudeen and I have had disagreement, but his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.
Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the other? What then is the reward of such among you as do this but disgrace in the life of this world, and on the day of resurrection they shall be sent back to the most grievous chastisement? And Allah is not heedless of what you do. 86 These are they who buy the life of this world for the hereafter, so their chastisement shall not be lightened, nor shall they be helped. $5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farracon is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings.